Okay, good morning. We are heading into the Whites. We ended up staying at the Welcome Hostel last night. We got there, it was way too overwhelming. The box was massive that we had to go through. I wanted to send some stuff home, really set our bags up for the Whites, make sure that we really sorted our food, figured out exactly how many days we need. There was a lot, and we were tired. I had that bad day the day before, and it was raining. Everything was wet, so we just stayed there. Reset and her husband, no joke, we met them like at mile 70, I think, 75, around the Ben hostel. So they're working at this hostel now. So it was nice having them there. And I've always remembered that Reset was going to be there. When I turned around, Faith forgot, so she was so surprised. We even have, I didn't take there was a lot of people there. Everybody's slack packing out of there. They have so many services there. They offer slack packing to a few different places, different directions. They have a lot of bunks. They have a really good resupply. They have used hiker clothes for sale cheap. Faith's shirt had so many holes in it. Like mine has a couple holes in the back, but I don't even notice it. But she had a huge hole on her shoulder, and it was starting to rub her shoulder. So, but we didn't. Yeah, she looked pretty homeless, but we didn't want to get rid of it, so we sent that home. Because my brother was originally supposed to meet us here in the Whites. I had extra food for him, so it worked out actually kind of perfect. Double Dutch was there. They loaded up, and there was still a lot left that went into the hiker box. I was still putting stuff in the hiker box this morning, but so we feel somewhat better and more prepared to go into the Whites than we were. The only thing I didn't get sorted out was my TENS machine. I can't get it to work, and if I order one on Amazon, I can't figure out where to send it, because depending on the day that it gets there, everything is off trail. And if we get into that area and it's not there yet, or can't get a shuttle to it, so I started taking a round of prednisone and hoping that'll help. Like I said, it didn't kick in till we were at mile 18 and a half. So it's not like, as of right now, that it's all day, every day like it has been before. So I'm just going to play it by ear. I may end up ordering it and just sending it to Pinkham Notch, which is where our next box is. But that means I will have done the entire Whites without it. So we'll see. And then I don't know if maybe I could put a rush on it, pay extra, have faster shipping if that's not working out. But for now, I'm going to take that one day at a time. And, so I made sure that in my bag, my food bag, I have lots of protein and lots of caffeine. And then, hang on a second. My other part, how I'm going to get into the Whites, is my little Jesus. This was given to us by Trail Angels in the first 500 miles. It said that we should always have a little Jesus. And I keep them in my hip belt pocket. I'm always scared to lose them, but I don't want to not have them there. So this is part of how I am getting through the Whites. Well, and of course, you guys know that the other part of getting us through the Whites is Jesus's right-hand man, Sam. I was going to try to get a picture off my backpack to show that he's on my backpack. But you guys, it's all faces, it's all scrunched up at the back. But as you know, there'll be a picture of him at the end of every video. You all know what he looks like.
It's right outside the shelter.
Okay, so we hit 1800. Somebody was smart and literally put it right in the smack middle of the trail, because I think whenever we're heading this way, everybody's thinking about the Whites and forgets we're hitting 1800. So yay! This is kind of crazy. High five! Oh, can't believe we made it this far. Okay, so we're heading up Moosalok Trail. This is what it looks like at the beginning. every time it kind of changes the terrain, we'll try to take a small video of the changes. So it's gonna be a big climb. So I don't know how much video we're gonna be able to take. Not much, but we'll try to at least take a picture, or well, we'll take a quick video as the terrain changes so you have an idea what you're in for.
The video does not show how steep this is.
Oh, they're literally moving that way. Look how fast they're moving.
I know.
Okay, so this is like the South Peak area. We still got another 0.9 to the summit. Somebody was telling us about this old carriage road that used to come up here with horses and stuff. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of rock in there right now. I don't know if horse and carriage could make that, but at one point in time they did. And then this is the South Peak. You would go off that way for 0.15, but we're not gonna see anything different than we would at the other ones, so we're just gonna keep going. So when we first got up here a second ago, before we started pictures, we could see like the mountains and through there, and there was obviously some clouds, but we weren't sucked in. By the time we did a couple of pictures, all of a sudden, you see pretty much nothing. It's crazy. Video displays.
She fell. I came around the corner and she was like this.
Okay, so we survived our first day in the woods. What time is it now, Faith? Well, what time was it? 6:30?
A little after 7.
Oh, it's after 7.
Or it might be 7.
It's around 7. We're in our tent. We did 12 and a half miles.
Almost 13.
Almost 13 miles. We were hoping to go a little farther today.
We dilly-dally.
But we did dilly-dally. My back wasn't great. We had I cried at the beginning of the day. I was so scared. Everybody had been talking about how bad Moose Lock was. And we're entering the whites.
Took a little tumble.
Tumbleweed took a tumble.
Not really a tumble. It was a slip.
And yeah, it wasn't a tumble. She slipped.
It was a slip and then a slide down a rock.
Yeah. She has. She's not going to show you, but she has a. Yeah. Okay. Can you see that? I think you can see parts of it. Yeah, she really, really scraped her bum. Her shorts slid up as she was going down, and it scraped her bum and the upper thigh. So she tried to clean it up, put some stuff on it. I had a fall, but I didn't really have any injury. I fell and I fell and twisted. I think I'm trying to protect my head. As soon as I go to fall, I get scared. I don't want to hit my head again. So I do this weird twist thing, and then it pops my hip, but it doesn't leave any lasting damage. It just feels like I hit my hip, and then but then it feels fine. But yeah, so it was a good day. It was not a day. This isn't what I expected today to be.
A lot better than I expected.
It was, and with the rain, we were supposed to get some crazy rain today, and that all changed. That was scaring me, but that all changed. It seems like the system slowed down, and all that amount of rain is just getting spread out now over several days, where you're just getting some drizzles and maybe a little light rain, like a light rainy day, but not what they were calling for. So
One thing I will say, though, is something about it.
Yeah.
Don't let people scare you about Moose Lock.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Don't let people scare you about Moose Lock. I was terrified. I was expecting it to be like where I'm like hand over and maybe taking off our packs and to slide down or to get up or pack. It wasn't anything like that. You got to go slow, take your time, watch your steps. Both of us where we fell, I actually fell twice. One was I slipped on a root. You got to watch. The roots are slippier than the rocks, and then the big flat rocks. I actually could have picked another way around, and then I could have just like did a deep step down. So that kind of fall was my fault. Faith was on her phone. I didn't have her poles down, and when you did this one,
oh yeah, I was changing my song.
Yeah, she was changing her song on her phone.
I kind of half stopped and I took one step. My foot went out from underneath me and I started sliding down.
She did a half stop and so she didn't really have her poles down, and so both of those like probably could have been.
Yeah. Also, don't go on your phone.
Yeah, don't be playing on your phone. Pay attention to where you're going and watch the routes and stuff. But it was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. No. Your climb was long. Like, it's not a short climb.
It was long, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
Terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
Like I wasn't like exhausted when I got to the top.
And you know how much I hate climbing. Like, that's all you've heard this entire time was how much I hate climbing. And I'm telling you, the climb up Moose Lock, going north, was not crazy. And going down, just go slow. And take your time, watch your weather, that kind of stuff. You can do it.
I understand why people slack pack it, but it is not needed. You will be fine.
Yeah. And then too, a lot of times the reason why people are slack packing it is because they want to slack pack as much of the whites as they can.
To get some extra.
Just to get some extra time and extra miles and easier on your body, especially when you're northbound by this time. I
understand.
Yeah. Absolutely. By this time, like, you're sore, you're tired, you're whatever. So if that's your choice to slack pack for those reasons, but don't feel you have to slack pack Moose Lock. I did not, Faith did not, and it wasn't. I mean, you can do like
food.
Yeah, and we have full food. And you can, when you do Moose Lock too, you can do what most people were doing too. Even if they did do it the north and full, they go into the Notch Hostel. So then it's just a 10 or 11 mile day.
Not even 10. It's just under 10. Like
just under 10. They do a 9.5 mile day and go into.
And you can do less food then too.
Yeah, and you can do less food, because you could resupply too, even at the Notch. So. Yeah, so there's lots of options. Just don't panic. I think a lot of the talk about how bad Moose Lock was is what made me cry this morning when we're going. I'm like, what if I don't make it up? I was so scared.
I'm like, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, Faye's like, you don't have a choice. You got to get up. So, and then once we got over Moose Lock and we started into this climb where we're heading up to
Wolf Mountain.
We're heading up towards Wolf Mountain. So you come
Mount Wolf, sorry.
Or Mount Wolf, yeah. You come out of the Notch and then you start climbing. It's just normal climbing bush. You just got to watch.
It's
not,
steep,
the trail,
but it's not like...
It's steep, and the bush is kind of weird. There's some spots where you're not 100% sure which way you're going around, but it's not bad. It's not anything. It's not like what I expected here either. So, but so we're gonna have. We already had our supper. That was the one thing too. Is even though it's
making supper anyways.
You're gonna make supper anyway. So we had supper at where you would have gotten off to go into the notch at that parking lot there. There was a trail angel left a bunch of pop in the river. So we sat and had a pop. We had a supper, so that if we got in late, we would be okay. Which I'm fine. Might just have a little snack before I go to bed. But so it's not a bad time for us. We've been getting into bed sometimes pretty late, getting into camp at anywhere from 8:30 to 9:30. So getting into camp at 7 on a day like today, and it didn't have the crazy rain. I'm pretty happy for today. So our first day in the Whites, down. We've got a scraped butt, but that's the only injury out of today. Even though there was 3 falls, because you fell twice, right?
Yeah, this other
Oh,
one...
4 falls. You fell twice and I fell twice.
The other one, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I started sliding, but I slid down.
And you landed on your foot.
What?
Like you had your foot under your bum.
Like I was sitting like this.
Mm.
If you can turn it. Like that. And I slid down.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, so she had 2 falls. First one didn't have any injury. I had 2 falls. No real injury. Hurt my hip for a second, and it was fine after I got up. And then, but now she may have to wear pants tomorrow because we're scared if she lands on that butt again. Yeah, so it's pretty scraped. But anyway, so we'll see. But so looking forward to day 2 in the Whites. Yay! See you tomorrow.